Here's the answer to question 5b. So here's our question. We've given an equation, 2x squared minus 9x minus 35 equals, and this is giving it in factorised form. And they just want us to find the values of a, b, c and d. So it's a fancy way of saying factorise this equation. So that's what we want to do. So I notice that the coefficient of x is not 1. So that means I need to use the method where I take the coefficient of x, which is 2, and I take the constant, the number by itself, and I multiply those together. And that gives me negative 70. What I now need to do is I need to find all the different factors of negative 70. So find any two numbers that multiply together to give negative 70. So I could do 1 times negative 70. I could do negative 1 times positive 70. 2, I could do 2 times negative 35, or negative 2 times positive 35. I could then think about 3. Would 3 go? No, it wouldn't. What about 4? No. 5? Yes, 5. We could do 5 times negative 14, or negative 5 times positive 14. I couldn't do a 6. I could do a 7, so I could have 7 times negative 10, or negative 7 times positive 10. Can't do 8, can't do 9, and that takes me to 10, so that's my list of factors there. Now what I want to do is I want to see when I add those together, which one of them adds to negative 9. So if I did 1 plus negative 70, that's going to give me negative 69. If I do negative 1 plus 70, that will give me positive 69. That's not the ones I want. 2 plus negative 35 will give me negative 33. Nope, not what I want. Negative 2 plus 35 will give me positive 33. Not what I want. 5 plus negative 14, that's going to give me negative 9. That's the one that I want. So there are the factors, positive 5, negative 14. So what that means is I'm going to write down my equation, 2x squared, and the minus 35, leave those alone. And now instead of the minus 9x, I'm going to separate that out into a 5x and a minus 14x, because those are my two numbers there. I want to do a 5x and a minus 14x. So I'm actually going to put the minus 14x first, just because I look at that 2 and think, right, I could factorise that 2 out, which is what I need to do in my next step. So minus 14x plus 5x. Okay, now I'm going to take this first pair of factors, then I'm going to take the next two expressions, and I'm going to factorise those. So I'm going to look at 2x squared minus 14x. Can I factorise that? And yes, I could take a 2x out of those terms, and that would leave me with x take away 7. Now I want to do the same with the 5x and the minus 35. I could take 5 out of both of those and left with x minus 7. Okay, now hopefully we notice that this bracket x minus 7 is in both pieces. It's being multiplied in both pieces. So I am going to take that out as a common factor. And then what am I left with? I've got a 2x plus 5 left over, which I put in brackets. So there is my factorised equation. Now, if I go back to the original question, it says find the values of a, b, c, and d. So if we have that written in the form, ax plus b times cx plus d, matching that up means that a must be equal to 1, b must be equal to negative 7, c must be equal to 2, and d must be equal to 5. Okay, I'm just simply matching up those values, and that's my answer.